So whether my voice is audible right now? Oh, I got staged due to the live. Good, my entire thing was corrected. Yes. Good. Now we can get back to the session. So in today's video, I'm going to develop my own portfolio. Today's video, I'm going to develop my own portfolio by using Next.js, a React framework for web. Because of by using this Next.js, we can create high quality web applications by using the React components, the power of React components. Because of it is just a sub branches of or else it is a coordination of a React framework, which we already know the React JS. We have already know most of the web developers are familiar with the React JS. So one of a React framework is this Next.js. So it has some vast number of features in it. So it have a lot of features for website developments, like for optimization of a website and server and client side component or else rendering. Most important thing that server and client side rendering for a web application, because it's highly rely on the website's performance. For a website, yeah, performance is very much important. So by using this Next.js, we can fairly optimize the website performances. So in my condition, I'm going to develop portfolio. So, but my portfolio is doesn't need, or else it doesn't need any performance optimizations, but it some conditions is a requires. It require a performance optimization, but moreoverly, my portfolio doesn't depend upon morely on performance optimization. This just I need to build this entire portfolio in Next.js. That's what I have mission to do. So in this Next.js, we have a lot of opportunities, and also we have a lot of products developed by this Next.js. So there are a lot of products in the Next.js, or else it was developed by Next.js. We have showcase over here. So you can have a glance over there. What are the websites that was developed by using Next.js? So we have monolith to micro and solutions. All these websites are using nowadays Next.js, and also you can see Stripe is also, and a lot of there are a lot of applications using this Next.js. You can see the first React framework, and 14th largest on the GitHub. It has largest community on the GitHub was of 14th, and stars on GitHub. So this is the showcase for Next.js. So Sonos, Nike, OpenAI. We all know that OpenAI, which is the parent company of ChatGPT, and we have CRUD. It is also an AI artificial intelligence company, or also artificial intelligence website, CRUD. And we all know that one of the most music streaming or its most popular music streaming application here we have Spotify, NerdWallet, Solana, Netflix job, Xavier. So there are a lot of plenty of applications and tons of applications present, or else which was developed by using the Next.js. So right now we are going to, or else I am going to use the Next.js for my portfolio development. I have created my own portfolio by using other React frameworks as well as the Next.js. You can visit that in the meanwhile. So it is a UX advisor data, which is developed by using VERCEL. Sorry, it was developed by using Flutter and is hosted in the VERCEL. If I want to make a particular video to how to upload a Flutter web application on VERCEL, I will show you guys how to do that. So because this is developed by using Flutter. Currently, this website is also one of my portfolio projects that was developed by using Flutter. So now I'm going to do this with Next.js. So fairly. So I'm going to take some inspirations from the online to develop my portfolio. Looks like, for example, I'm going to take some inspirations from the Dribble website. I have my own Dribble website. If you don't have any inspirations, just check out this Dribble for inspirations, because of we have a lot of user interfaces present inside this Dribble, so that we can grab a lot of inspirations for our projects or else for our upcoming products. So now I'm going to search for portfolio. Since portfolio, I'm going to search for portfolio. So there are tons of inspirations came. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take inspiration from any one of these, and I'm going to start to develop that. Okay, good. A lot of looks good. They are looking good. This looks very much pretty cool. But I'm going to create my own design, so that I'm going to use a Figma, which is an user interface designing software tool. So which is the most popular among designers for UI and UX designing. That's a software I am going. That's a software tool I am going to use it for my portfolio design right now. Just I'm going to take some inspiration from this Dribble website. So I'm going to start designing in my Figma software. So just check it out with this Figma. Just press this click started for free and download their software and sign up with your Google account. That's all. So I have my Google account. So and also I have downloaded my Figma software. So I'm going to dive straight into this Figma software and going to start designing. So my design inspiration is that I want to make my portfolio. I want to make my portfolio as simple and minimalist. So for that, I have already taken some inspiration from the online. So one of a person have commented, "Hi, dude. Hello." One of my supporter, my backbone is the person. It's commented, I think so. Yes, my backbone person who is watching our live right now. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to take some inspirations here. So already I have some inspiration. So what I have planned is that I have already gone through some of the website. So which is a Node.js website. This website maybe looks some crazy. This is a single page website for Node.js, officially Node.js website. Official Node.js website. So what I'm going to do is the content present inside this Node.js websites looks pretty cool to me, because of all the content, whatever the things needs for to check inside this website is already present in the website itself. So likewise, I'm going to do my portfolio in a user experience manner, where a user can grab all those information in a single page. So I can easily grab a user's attention in a single page, which help me to promote my product. So there. So what is the condition here? The same likewise is Node.js. I'm going to develop my own portfolio. So what are the things present in this Node.js in the header section? Just I'm going to leave my own content over there, and also I'm going to mention some social platforms beneath under this at the top bottom of the website. Like for example, the Node.js have given GitHub and something. Like for example, Slack and LinkedIn, Twitter, which is modernly called X. So and we have a lot of social platforms mentioned at the bottom of the website. So this looks minimalistic and simple for me for a single page web application. So these contents right over here, like run JavaScript everywhere, I'm going to replace with my own content for my portfolio and some descriptions about it. So next, instead of this download Node.js LTS and download some descriptions about the Node.js versions, instead of this, I am going to slam some information about what are the technologies I know. So like what are the technologies I know, Flutter or React JS, Next.js. So Node.js, what are the technologies I know? Just I'm going to simply throw it on this portion of my portfolio. And instead of this coding portion, just I'm going to replace with a YouTube video that I have already planned to place it over here. Just I'm going to show one of our YouTube video over here. This is what I have planned. So this entire session of making this portfolio is a little bit difficult to me, and also I'm going to develop this on my own. This is my sometime. This is my third or fourth most project I'm doing with Next.js, because of I have fairly worked with the Next.js, but not much efficient on it. So even though I am developing my own portfolio with the Next.js, I will take some references from the online. So stay tuned and stay together so we can learn each other on the Next.js. We can learn each and what are things I'm going to run away, on my live right now. We people are going to know what is this, and we are also going to solve the issues in the parallel. We can get started right now. So I'm going to open my Figma design software tool. I have opened my Figma design software tool. So it looks like something, some kind of dot thing is good. Okay. So now, so this is what I have planned. So I'm going to start to design my portfolio by using this software. Just for reference, I'm going to change my theme to a light theme because it looks like too much dark. I think this color will interface for you people to understand what I'm doing. So that's why I'm changing my theme. So I have changed my theme to light theme. Okay. The first of all, what we need to do is that inside the Figma, we can understand what are these tools and what are these tools and what are things here, and how to use these, how to utilize these tools. Okay. So the first and foremostly, what we need to understand. So this software tool is used for UI and UX designing, which means whatever the application may be, it may be a mobile application, or else it can be a web application, or else it may be a digital post, even a social platforms frames is also offered by Figma software. So whatever the digital products or digital projects you are going to do, you can build your own designs in this Figma software. But mostly it is used for user interface design. So here they have mentioned the pages, which means what are the pages we are going to develop. And this layer mentions layers of our software product or else design or social media page, or social media projects. Whatever we are going to do, that will be mentioned as a layers here in the layers. Next, we have some toolings at the bottom of this Figma software, which means this tool is used to do as a move tool, and we have other hand tool and scale tool and shortcut keys K and H. What is this move tool? Is used to move an object, in our design. So we can move the object in between the designs by using this move tool, or else you can access by to access this move tool. You can just simply press E. And this handle is used to slide over this entire design scale, which means if you want to move this entire design and see what are the things on this object, you can just use this hand tool to pick and move those objects. This scale tool, we all know that as the name represents, it is used to scale the object. Next, we have this frame tool. Okay, frame tool. So right now I'm going to select my frame. Before that, what is a frame? And all other tools while on the development itself, I will say, and I will give some explanations about what are these tools will play a role. And this frame tool, what is this frame tool and what is the purpose of this frame tool? This frame tool represents the different orientations on the different devices frame. Here you can see at the right side of my Figma tool, I have the different frames for the different devices. So for the phone, we have on Android medium. From Android device to an iOS device platform, there are vast number of frames. So you can, if you are going to design, particularly for the mobile applications on both an Android or else any one of a design, because of on the development itself, we will make it as a responsive design. But here we can take one of the device as an frame. So if you are going to develop your project on mobile devices, you can select this phone frames. For example, you can take whatever the phone frame you have here. As much as possible, take a larger screen for better results, I think. Next, we have tablets. So for the tablets, we have Surface Pro 8, iPad Mini, and a lot more. For the desktop, we have MacBook Air and MacBook Pro 16, I think so. Yes, MacBook Pro 16. We have. So, and we have a desktop wireframe, and for the TV too we have. But TV comes with a preset of 1280 into 720 pixels ratios. We have presentations and we have for watches, for which means wearable devices. Embedded devices we have. So if you are going to design for the mobile wearable devices, you can select from one of the options like here in the watch. Paper, we have A4, A5, A6, and lot more social media platforms for the Twitter or Instagram. So whatever maybe you can do. Now I'm going to take from the desktop because of that fits the website screen. So I'm going to take from the desktop itself. So I have here is a MacBook Air, MacBook Pro 14, and MacBook Pro 16 and desktop. So which of the frame I can choose is depends upon your condition. Right now, I am going to develop my portfolio and I'm going to test it and design it on my desktop, which is on a Windows platform. I think most probably it doesn't fit on the MacBook Pro 16, which means the design will scale a lot. Here you can see there is a vast or it has a bigger difference between the MacBook Pro 16 and desktop sizes. Simply, I'm going to select for the desktop because of design constraint. Okay. Okay. So I have just pressed that desktop frame. Automatically, the frame size for the desktop have dropped it here. Okay. Good. Now, what I am going to do is that just I'm going to first of all I'm going to name this frame. Here we have desktop hyphen one. Just going to double tap that and name the frame like mm, page one. Page one. It you can name it on your own, but better it is you can name it in a technical way. What are the page application you are going to do? For example, it may be a home page for me, so that I can represent it as a home page. So to zoom in and zoom out of this Figma application, simply you can press Control and just scroll your wheel on a mouse so that you can just zoom in or zoom out a frame or else zoom in and zoom out a design. Good. Next, we have this page layers over here. Here we have created a new layer which is called as home page. So whatever the components I am going to place inside will be inside this frame. Will be inside this frame. So under this home page frame or its layers, whatever object is it is going to be placed is under this home page. So now I am going to start my design. So first I need to choose a theme for my web application. So for that I am going to select a theme. So most probably I plan to do what is like I have planned my what are the contents I'm going to place inside my web application needs to look clear and elegant manner. So for that I have a plan to select a light theme. I have planned to select a light theme. So I'm going to select a light theme for my web application, or else if it is good for the good to go with a black theme or a dark theme, I can go with the two. But for right now, I'm going to mention my content in a more elegant manner. So that's why I'm going to select it for the dark theme itself because of it looks present for the users. That's why I'm going to select for the dark theme. Now for to select the colors, I'm going to check it Adobe Color website. Adobe Color website. So here we have explore option. Just press that as explore. Thank you for the like from my favorite person. Favorite person. Thanks for it. Okay. So, some conditions it will ask for you to sign in or else register inside this Adobe Color. First of all, you can understand what is this Adobe Color. Basically, this Adobe Color is a color theme website where you can grab some color theme for your project perfectly. So, whatever the theme you are going to develop, you can select one of the theme from this website. So, just what we can do. Simply sign in with it with this website inside this website. So I have signed into this website Adobe Color. There are plenty of other alternatives for this Adobe Color, but so I have a lot of experience with this Adobe Color, and it looks good to go with Adobe Color. I think so because of so according to the emotions of the user, which means for example the colors even represents the emotion of a user. Yeah, I hope you people know what are the emotions for the colors because of like if it is danger, we all know that we will see a color called red color while representing danger we will use a red color, so which means even color got some emotions. So while whatever the emotions you are going to present, you can type whatever the content inside the search for, automatically it will throw some colors for it. Just for right now I'm going to go with some red or else some kind of green or else black icon like this. mm, so we can go with the black and white itself maybe, or else possibly to go with whatever the color we can go for that. So we can dark black and red, I think black and red. We can go for some colors over here and check out which color fits for us, and we can make that color inside our application. So why I'm particularly searching black and red, I don't know what I don't have any idea. Just I want to select a perfect black color for my application, that's why I have searched for this. Or else if you people like to go with some other color, you can take that color too. For example, if you want your application particular color, you can mention the color over here, maybe instead of red, whatever the color you want, you can mention over here. So this looks something good. Or else I can take some violet color over here. Let me pick some color for this. Mm, so the color should be neat and good. So this 2525 black looks good, I think so. So that we can make this color for our application. So that we can take this black color. So 2525, just press this copy button so that you can copy this color code. Each and every color have their unique hexadecimal code. You can just copy this hexadecimal code. Just press copy on that, it will be copied. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going inside my Figma application, and just I'm going to create a new shape, rectangular shape or also square shape, exactly the square shape, which means I'm going to place my colors as an asset for over here. That's why I'm going to make a square shape. To do so, just here you can see a rectangle or something in box like structure on the bottom of the Figma tool. It just resembles the shapes they got. They have rectangle, or also you can convert to the square, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, star, or also you can place image inside the shape. Just now I'm going to create a rectangle tool. I'm going to create this rectangle. Sorry, I'm going to create a square outside of the frame. So the color of my page background as well as the color I am cropping here, default color is exactly matching. So that I'm going to change this color. Let it looks like this. Okay. So I got my rectangle tool. Okay. So just I'm going to change my rectangle to my square color. To do so, just select this square shape. I'm going to this fill section. So here you can change the color for any of the object or frame, whatever maybe. So here you can change the color of this. And here we have some positions in the x and y axis. So you can just play around these to change the position. Here you can see whenever I move this object, it will just simply shows you the position of x and y. And here you can rotate in a particular angle. You can just mention some angles to rotate in a particular direction. Okay. Now we have this fill. Just I'm going to double tap this number. Already it has F02323. As I have said earlier, each and every color have their hexadecimal code. Just I'm going to modify this code with my black. So now it turned into a black color. Good. It turned into a black color. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to duplicate this box three more times. So to duplicate this, what I have done is that just I'm going to select this rectangle, select this square, or select this color, and I'm going to press Control D, Control plus D, which duplicates in another element. You can see here in the layers, it has duplicated in another element. So just press another Control D, it will duplicate the one another element, and Control D for another. So we have almost 4 copies for this. So I'm going to take some 4 colors inspirations. That's why I have taken the 4 color as here. So first one is a black. So I'm going to mention it as a black here. So whatever technical name you can give over here for this square as a layer name, so that it will be easy to handle. Next, I'm going to take some other colors too. For example, I can take some white color. Just going to copy this white color. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to modify this XS. Okay, good. I have taken the white color. Just I'm going to mention it as a white for the layer name. Next, I'm going to take some other colors too. Instead of red, I can go with some other color. Here, I'm checking this Node.js. Primarily, Node.js logo has green color, so that's why the website has designed with some amount of green. But I don't have any prior idea about what I can give, what the color I can give for my portfolio. So I have planned to provide some color with violet or something or purple or something. Just I'm going to search for violet, or so you can search as a lavender or anything. It will pop up. It will pop up automatically. Lavender color or whatever. Okay. So since I have selected a dark theme, here we have a dark black color. So I need to choose this highlighting color in a lighter manner. Don't be a darker manner, because of already our background, also our images, our main primary color is going to be black. So that for this I need to select some color with the light color. I hope you people understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, we have some blues over here, which is highlighting a little bit, or else we can say we can check this. Here you can see we got some color over here, 76 something. It looks like light lavender. Just going to copy this color and I'm going to paste it inside my application. I think, but this color doesn't going to play a major role in my application. But just for the sake of good design, I'm going to make this color inside my application. And lastly, lavender. And then lastly, I need to change this color. So for this, I'm going to select a light theme of some other color, maybe in the white, else any other gray color, or else maybe white itself with a light white or something. Any color. So for this, just leave this. It may be whatever the color. It's up to you people. So I leave it. You can give whatever the color maybe. Now, just I'm going to mention it as a gray. If the gray color plays in our application, good. So this is the color theme I have selected for my web application. So I'm going to design my entire portfolio with these 4 colors, or else with these 3 colors as a primary color. Okay. Good to go with. Now I'm going to select these four colors, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to group these colors. Simply just drag this and select all those four colors and press Ctrl G to group it. So here you can see I have grouped the colors. So and I'm going to mention it as theme. Theme. Good. A technical name. So it will become an asset for our publication, so that you can just simply you can convert into another component or else any other variant. So I know Figma people see will know what is a variant or else component. So later on I will show you, or else I will give you a detailed comparison what is a variant or else component. Okay. So so we have here the theme which is outside of homepage. It is present outside of my homepage. So which means I doesn't included I didn't included inside the home page frame. That's I have placed it outside of the home page frame. That's why it is present outside of the frame from the home page. So you simply leave it because we don't need to include in our frame, because of our frame it needs to be included with some other content from our portfolio website. Now what I can do is that now I am going to change this entire homepage color to this black color. So I'm going to check whether it is good for our application, and I'm going to place some content inside this. Let me check that. So just I'm going to simply press this black color over here. Yes, good. I have selected the black color. So what I have done is that just I have selected my frame, just pressing the this frame name, and here I have this fill color. Just select this and select this eyedropper tool, and whatever the color you are going to place, just click on that color. Automatically it will change that color. So easy. That's why I have grouped these all the colors in my application, so that you can easily eyedrop that all the tools in your handily. Okay, right? Okay, good. Next what I need to do is that I have selected my colors. Just now I'm going to play with my website designs. Okay. So first section inside my website is this header. Here you can see in the Node.js we have a header. It has logo and some components or some links for other sites, other documentations, blog, download, and other things and all. We have here in the header section a list of content and a search bar. Now I'm not going to place a search bar because of there is no need of search bar inside my application, because of I'm not going to provide much information inside my web application. That's why. So we have this light and dark theme. If you did have a time, or else in upcoming videos, I will show you guys how you can provide your own dark theme or light theme in your application. Right now, I'm going to go with the dark theme itself. And I have this. They have the some social links down below and also in the okay. We can give it on both sides. First, we can fill this entire footer section, so that we can easily grab some information. Okay. So in the footer section, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to place in the header section I'm going to place my content. How I can place a content for this header section? It has a square rectangle like shape. So a line is beneath this header section. To resemble this, what I'm going to do, just I'm going to make a rectangle over here. Just for the sake, I'm going to mention a rectangle over here. Just select this shape tool and just simply press over inside the frame and align it. So here you can notice that whenever you will align an object or else a component inside the frame, automatically intelligence from the Figma will analyze how you can align that object inside the frame. So these orange color guides help you to understand more about this and how you can align this element inside the frame. So just I'm going to place the corner. Now I'm going to select the height and width for my this thing. Just I'm going to select a height of 100, and just I'm going to expand the width at the end, very most end of my web application. So which means the width of this entire website is like 1000 for 40. So I have given this entire footer the entire screen's design. That's why I have mentioned. That's why I have dragged this and header to the very end of this frame. Now I need to change this color. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to change the color of this rectangle to the color of this frame. So just an eyedropper tool, and I'm going to select this black color right now. Okay. But there is no much difference in this. So both the colors are same. So we don't have any other difference between this box as well as the bottom of this website. So the difference comes from the this line. So I need to place this line. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to mention a stroke. So what is a stroke? Stroke is an outer layer for an object or any other shape. You can mention a stroke. That stroke option will be available beneath the fill option. Here you can see fill. Below that we have a stroke option. So just simply press the stroke option so that we can include a stroke. Here you can see the stroke is applied to this bottom of this design. Not only the bottom of this design, and also at the design and the rectangle itself. All over the rectangle's sides, it has included the stroke. So simply you can mention the stroke any one of the side, or else if you want to mention like this, just simply draw a line because it will be more helpful for you. So here we have options like where the stroke needs to be included. So the default option for me here, it shows all side, which means all the seats it has uploaded the stroke. So just I need a stroke on the bottom to represent the line. Just I'm going to select this bottom option. And little bit what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this stroke color. Select this eyedropper tool. Just for the reference, I have selected the white color. So now you can see the difference. Later on, you people will understand why I have included a rectangle instead of providing a line. So which means this whenever you place an object or like header or footer section, I think placing a shape tool over there will be more helpful while aligning elements inside that header or footer. So we have multiple elements like logo, header sections, components, and as well as some social things inside the header section. So that's why I have to align all those elements inside over here. That's why I have included this header so that I can easily align those elements in the rectangle or else any kind of shape. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just reduce this stroke color opacity, which is called as opacity, which reduces the intensity or else which relays the intensity of a color. So we have the full intensity of this white color. Just I'm going to reduce this to 50%, which eventually drop that stroke. I think little bit it look like different from my website. So what I'm going to do potentially I'm going to reduce this to 30. That's any other thing. We can check whether it looks good or not. I think a little bit good. We can need to. Yeah, good. Now it looking good. Now it looking good. Because of I don't want this color or this line to be seen much in a higher density. That's why I have reduced to the core of red percentage. So just simply I have drawn a rectangle and I have provided a stroke at the bottom of the shape, and I have provided a white color at the 50% of opacity, which reduces the intensity of this color. Okay. Then further, I am going to include my logo and other components. Before that, I need to make margins for the website. Here you can see this Node.js and these socials are in the same margin in this Node.js website. So here we have trademark policy, which starts at the same spots from the logo of Node.js, which this website have a margin at the ends of this both the right and left end of this website. So simply what I'm going to do to provide some margins or else to provide some constraint margin for my website, I'm going to select this frame, and right at the bottom of this menu side, the right menu, you can see layer grid. Just I'm going to enable this layer. so which resembles a grid for us to have some reference, so where we can play some components here inside. So you can play around this layer grid. Whatever the margin you are going to provide, you can mention this grid sizes. So it's, defaultly it has some 10 sizes. Just what I'm going to do is that I'm going to increase this a bit tall. You see the things what is not implying, or else just from the grids you can move to the columns. It will be more easier for us to understand. Now you can easily understand here. I have changed this from the grid to column, so it has changed to column. Here you can see a 5 column inside my web page. So this is just a 5 column count. I'm going to increase this to 10 column count, or it's better you can go with a mm, 14 column count. So little bit 14 column count. I don't know what is the pixels over there. Just I can increase to 16 column count and check whether it is good for us. I think this 16 column count will be good for our application. If it is not much better, you can increase this to 14 itself. Okay, so it's your choice. It's your choice of matter. So what are the column? Just I'm going to leave the 15 itself, and I'm going to start my work. So right now I have given a column. After this column, I am going to place my logo. So I didn't have any defined logo for my website. What I'm going to do is just I'm going to mention a text instead of my logo. So I'm going to press to provide a text. At the bottom of this Figma tool, you can see a text symbol. Just press it and provide press here. It's a different and simply type some text. I'm going to type in my website name just like UX. So now we got our simple logo, which is a text. So this text needs to be changed. Some other thing, okay. This needs to be changed. We will change that right now. So what are the changes this text needs to be do is that entire portfolio is going to build on a typography of pop-ins. So if you don't have pop-ins, just go to the Google Fonts website and download for the Google pop-ins. Now I have downloaded my pop-ins form and I'm going to select the pop-ins. Next, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change this from thin or else rectangle. You can play around these options. If you need a bolder or a thicker text, you can go for that too. Just I need a bolder text, that's why I'm going for the extra bold thing, extra bold. Okay. Next, I'm going to increase the size of this text UX to I think a 24. Yes, good, 24. So 24, right? Okay, good. This 24 will be good for us. We can zoom out and check whether the 24 looks good. Little bit shaggy, I think so. Little bit. We can increase this. Maybe 30. 30 is fair enough. 30 is fair enough. So 30 is fair enough. So just I'm going to leave it at 30. Here I have provided my logo, which is a Ego UX name. So this name starts after this frame column. So that's why these columns are helpful, or these grids are helpful while aligning a margin or providing some space margins. That's good. Okay. So I have placed my logo right now. Is Ego UX. So why I have this included this rectangle tool is that you can see I can center this name in that rectangle portion. That's why if you didn't give this rectangle portion, you can't center in a frame. That's why I have given a rectangle tool here for the support. Okay. The next thing what I'm going to do is that just I'm going to change this UX color to something different color. For example, I'm going to go for this. Now we can check whether this color work with our frame. So just I'm going to simply off this layer grid. To off or to change the visibility of any other options, here you can just press this I icon, just simply press this so that you can have a better glance. Right. Good. Looks like our color theme matches our application color. Good. Yeah, good. Okay. So it looks neat. UX, yes, neat. Next. After this ego UX, what I am going to mention is that some various number of pages where my users need to navigate. So that I am going to provide that navigation things. Okay. So I am going to include my other components, like for example, just simply for my projects or else whatever the projects things, I am going to include my, who is this guy commenting here? With Kumar. Okay, so we can start my session. So simply I'm going to do is that I'm going to include some other components which is navigated. So I'm going to include some components like that. Like for example, I am going to include some components like projects and YouTube sections, particularly for YouTube's. So this is what I'm going to include over here, so that the user can easily get those references inside my application. So these are the navigations I'm going to provide at the top of the header section. So just zooming, and I'm going to type in some text over here. So what I'm going to write here, the first thing which resembles is my home page, home or else any other page, because of or else we can simply mention instead of home page, because of I'm going to navigate the user to the home page by simply pressing on my logo itself, I'm not going to include home page. Instead of, I'm going to mention projects. Good. Just simply press Ctrl D to duplicate this element. Here you can see I got the duplicate of this element, and I'm going to change this name to projects to. Instead of YouTube, I can mention some. What I can mention? Hmm, awards. So I have got some awards, so that I can mention some awards. Awards page. So next, after I have, I need to include my experiences, so that I'm going to mention, or else I can mention about us. So I have some doubts while on including whether I need to include some experience of my inside this portfolio in a different navigation, or else I can include in this itself. Okay. So I'm going to showcase my experience. I'm going to showcase my experience over here. So now I have included my experience. So these fonts needs to be changed. I don't need these fonts to be like in a bigger manner. So I'm going to select this all font. Just press shift and select all these other components like this, so that we can entirely change these all these styles. So instead of this extra code, I'm going to mention this is a regular. This is regular, and I'm going to change this size from 30 to some other 18 or something. Yes, now looking good. In some conditions, you need to aware that the size here we are designing in this web application. Here it has some different screen width size. So I have taken the frame size which has a width of 1440. But while in the development stage, I have my laptop which has a different screen resolution. So which means the size inside this component may vary while developing. So it is better to have some design inspirations and theories you need to know while developing these like kinds of stuff. So I think this words and sections is good right now. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to align this entire section in the center portion of this. So each and every navigation have a determined space. So that space can be 10 pixels or else a 20 pixels gap of each and every element. Let me check that. Just I'm going to place it 47 pixels. Okay. Just simply you can mention it. Okay, 47 pixels. Good. Good to go with 47 pixels. Okay. So it is in the center of this header and 47 pixels apart from each and every navigations. Now we can turn off this layer grid and check whether it is looking good. Yeah, looking good. Looks good. Navigation is looking good. Next, follow up by we can go for some other thing. If doesn't looking good, we can change this section into some other, or else we can change this too. Because of it is not a final thing we are concluding. We still in the designing thing, so we need to design something better and better. Now we can turn on this layer grid. Okay, good. After this, what I can say, what I can do here, just simply I'm going to provide some information externally. Like for example, if needed a theme, or else I need to include a GitHub repository over here. For us developers, repository is far most important to promote our projects in open source projects to the users, so that we can grab some users or else clients via that, so that I can mention. So that I'm going to mention my repository logo over here, and as well as and also I'm going to include a logo of like for example I'm going to include a logo of GitHub, or else I can throw here a icon to change the visibility, or else change the theme from dark to white theme, dark to white theme. Okay, good. So I'm going to check for the GitHub repository logo. I think I have the GitHub logo, or else just what I'm going to do is that I'm going to check for some logo from the my favorite icon repository svg repo. Here we have tons of icons. So that one of icon I'm going to check it for is GitHub. I'm going to search for some GitHub icons. Okay, good. So that we have a GitHub icon. So exactly look like this, which is here we have. So instead of this black color, we need to provide in a white color theme, or else simply we need to change this outer color to white color theme. So how we can provide that? Before the just select this color, I think whether it is drag and droppable. Yeah, good. So just I have a drag and drop over there. Just I have selected this and drag and drop inside my web application. Good. Okay. So I have selected my icon. Here we have this icon. So here you can see icon itself a frame. It has this icon, which is present inside a frame. This GitHub icon. Just simply we can take this icon outside this, and we can take this outside the frame, and we can delete this frame from here. Now we can include this icon inside our frame. Okay, good. Now we can play around this icon, just simply turning this color into white color. Okay, good. Now we need to aware while changing these icon sizes, just lock this height and width parameters, because of if you forget to lock this height and width parameters, it will adjust unevenly, or is unevenly. Yes, that's why I'm going to lock this layouts. Here you can see the lock symbol. Just lock these aspect ratios. So whenever you change the width, automatically the height itself changes according to the value you have given in the width. So just I'm going to change this to 20 and check whether it looking good. Not looking good. It looks smaller than I thought. Okay. I think that 40 is looking good. Now, just I need to drag and drop and center the position in the design. Now check whether this looking good. Yeah, looking good. So much good, so much better. So we can check for in the website itself. I think it is a little bit smaller than we thought. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make this smaller even. Just check the layout down so that we can change this. I can change this to 30. Check this out. 30 I have provided and I have centered it in center in the center portion of the subject. Okay. Turn off the git. Now looking good. Now I have included the GitHub thing. After the GitHub thing, in the future I can add some theme recognitions. So for that I'm going to include some theme, which means changing the theme from dark to light theme, so that I'm going to search for theme icon. So unfortunately, I think there is no theme icon over here. So simply I'm going to check for some notes, so that you can grab some here moon or else thing. So it change according to the condition right now here. Good for good thing. Simply I'm going to drag and drop this icon inside my application. Okay, it also has frame. Here you can see each and every comes under a single frame. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to select all those things at the bottom, and I'm going to group this particular thing, and I'm going to name this group as a summit. And I'm going to take this out of this frame, and I'm just take this frame outside and just delete this frame. Now we left over with this box. Now lock this aspect and change 30 in the size. So here you can see it is not exactly changing. So just turn this to 32, lock the aspect ratio. Now change the fill color to white. Now we have a good looking icon. Now place this icon parallel to this in 47 pixels. Are right? I think so. Okay, good. I don't know what is the space between these things. So just I'm going to draw some space between these two components. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to provide the same space for this two, so that it can be in an even manner. Okay, good. Now we can delete this. Okay. Look like it is not in the center position. Yeah, right now it is in center. Okay, now we can check this out. Good. Now more looking good. We have provided the icon for the users to change their theme, but it will be updated in the future. So now I am go with the dog theme itself. Next, we are going to develop our hero section. So whatever the portion that present, at the top very first of the application with an image that is called as a hero section, which provides some basic information or else a little manner information about our application. So I'm going to provide our hero section here. The hero section, what is the content I'm going to provide here in the hero section? That is very much important. So what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to provide, I have already my own portfolio, which is I have included, which I have shown you people so yearly, building digital products, brands, and experience. This is what I'm going to include. And hi, I am my name, Mohammad Ibrahim. So this is what I'm going to include in my web application, so that I'm going to provide this content inside this. The first thing what I need to do is that the greeting. Hi, I am good. Hi, I am Ibrahim, my name. And simply to draw a emoji, you can press a shortcut key, Windows and Alt. Here you will have some emojis, or else for the emoji section you can select whatever the emoji you need. Just I'm going to provide a waving hand emoji after my name. Provide some space. Good. Just align it here in the design. It is not going to be here what in the permanent manner. We will change this accordingly. Simply I have provided hi, I am Muhammad Ibrahim. My name. I think we have some typo errors. Just yeah. Hi, I am Muhammad Ibrahim. Good. Next, what is the thing here? Building digital products, brands, and experience. This is the second test we have. So, building products. So, this is much different from the building digital products. Sorry, this is a little bit different from the original design we are making. So, building digital products and brands and experiences. Good to go. Now we can go for the styles for this text. I think that that this text caused a style for defaultly without any changes. Now what we need to do is we need to change a little bit in this portion. In this portion, so we have building digital products and brands and experiences. Just what I'm going to do, I'm going to bold this into an extra bold or semi bold is good. Semi bold, good, or is bold is good. Next, I'm going to increase the size from 18 to some other size. What is the size I'm going to provide here is like from 18 to I'm going to increase this to a 40. We can check this out and we can change this later. I think I need to make it as a bigger thing, much bigger than this. So I'm going to provide a 60. Good. Right now it is looking good. So after this digital, I'm going to make these products in the next line, and I'm going to make this in the next line. Now it looks much better. Building digital products, brands, and experience. So this needs to be here. So much here. We can provide a spacing within this header and over here a little bit because of further ado we need to provide this footer section. That's why for this socials, that's why I need to play some social thing. I need to include a footer section over here simply since it is a single page application. That's why. And also we can check whether it is correct in the positions of these poppings. Yes, regular good to go with. Okay. Okay. I can simply little bit or else this looking good because of I'm trying to provide some gap with the greeting as well as my building initial products. Yeah, now looking good. Okay, fine. Next, what is the big major difference I'm going to make inside this hero section is I'm going to include a TV or TV like frame inside my application. So for this, I'm going to import some image. Before that, I'm importing some image. Let's name these layers. GitHub sunlight, which resembles theme. We can mention here light theme, or light theme hyphen icon, good to go, and GitHub hyphen icon, good to go. Okay, and we have all other thing. So we can mention here header hyphen box and all the contents over here. So here we have completed our header section simply. So what we can do is that we can lock this entire header section simply. We can select all this up to this light theme. Okay, I have selected all these things. So or else I can group this thing particularly. For example, first I'm going to group these words like experience to projects as a header content. Good. And this needs to be our logo, and this is called as, and I'm going to put this as a header socials. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select till this part and I'm going to group this all this section into a header section. Okay, just and I'm going to lock this section so that we cannot select this section. In some conditions, if some conditions, whether understandably I can touch these things so that it will change, so that I have locked this, so we cannot select this unfortunately. Okay, now we can move for the other hero sections and other things. So I have included this thing. We can check this whether it is looking good by just simply turning off this right frame. Yeah, fine. Totally fine. Our design is looking fantastic so far. Okay, good. Next, we can include our one of a thing. What I have is I'm going to include an image. So that image is present inside my desktop, which is a TV image. Just simply I'm going to drag and drop this image inside my application. Wow, looking nice, looking fine. So what is the purpose of this TV inside this? You people will get some doubts like this. So I know you people will get some doubt like this. For not to height of, I'm going to just reduce this to 380 or something, or else 360 or something. Okay, now looking nice. So what is the purpose of this TV inside our design? So what I'm going to interestingly going to do is that I'm going to plot some retro designs inside my application to play my YouTube video, one of my YouTube video inside this file. So simply it is a PNG image I think, and inside this PNG image over here in this frame I'm going to mention my one of a video from my channel. To do so, or else to simply showcase this design, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drop one of my thumbnail from my YouTube studio I have. Let's make it studio. Yeah, here. So I have my thumbnails over here. So just simply I'm going to drag and drop one of my thumbnail. This is a thumbnail you people are seeing. Okay, okay. So I'm going to ready. I need to reduce this size because of the size is much bigger than the actual size. So that okay, good. Still need some corrections, so that I'm going to mention 60. It's 420. Okay, now looking nice. This is how I'm going to paste, but it's not exactly like this. We need to position this correctly. Okay, now we can question. Here we have some little bit of changes, 340 things. We can check code as a little bit. We need to increase this to 380 things. Yeah, good. Now the 380 looks absolutely fantastic. Or else I think 370 looks good. These changes may differ according to your need. So and also this entire change here in this portion is not going to imply directly into the web. It may change according to the screen what you are going to doing right. Okay. Now we have the fantastic design for this application. So I'm going to select these two images and I'm going to group this image. Looks like this image is out of our frame. Just group these images. I'm going to name this as a hero hyphen img. What I'm going to do, I'm going to include this inside the pattern. Yeah, good. Now we can enable our layout, and what we can do, we can simply move this and check which is the right portion to for us to place. I think this is the right portion for us to place. Little bit upper, yeah, good. Now it's looking good in the frame. Done. Next, what I need to do, what are the technologies I know? I am going to simply mention here in this below this building digital products brands and experience. Or else I have an idea. Why can't we provide this name? Why can't we provide those technologies here in the footer section? It is right to provide this in the footer section. No, I can include all those technologies right below this building digital products and brands and experiences, or else in the footer section. Okay, I can include it here in the below in this hero section itself. I could I can conclude with this itself. Okay. So I need to grab some images of this logo. What are the technologies I know? I need to grab some logo of those technology things. So simply what I am going to do, I have some logos of those images, logos of those technologies I know. This logo section I have. So technologies I know. So I have some of these images of some of these images. Whether it is feasible to provide this single frame or else these these things look like we need to include in a different manner. Let us see how I can include this inside the application. Okay. Mm, how I can provide this? Simply, I can provide these experiences and other things. The technologies and other things. Mm, how I can include this so that it can easily understandable to the users. So I need to consider the user experience over here. Okay. Okay. Let me check with that, and so that I can provide with that. So I need to provide in a rounded manner, so it will be easily feasible for the user to understand. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the each and every logo of the technologies what I know. Simply, I'm going to place those technologies in a circular shape. So here you can see it is also a circular shape image. So it has a 300 of 300 resolution. So thus I'm going to provide. I'll change it to 100. Something maybe 40. Yeah, 40 or else 50 is enough. 50 is looking good. Just place it here. Likewise, I'm going to provide all those technologies in a circular format so that easily user can check what are the technologies I know. Likewise, I need to create some other shapes so that I can place my logo inside this. For this, I'm going to go for the ellipse tool. Simply, I'm going to place an ellipse over here, and I'm going to lock this resolution and provide 40. Same likewise here. Looks this is 50. Sorry, 50. Much closer. Yeah. Now looking good. And I'm going to change this to white color. So what are the technologies I'm going to mention inside this circle? So I'm going to duplicate this circle. I'm going to mention it as a tick hyphen circle. Tick hyphen circle. Control D to duplicate these much elements here. So I have control duplicated these elements. Okay. Each and everything will have a 32 pixels of space in between them. Right? 32. Roughly 32. Good. Control D to duplicate the element 2 and 32. Good. Now the design is looking awesome. If there is any constraint between the spaces, we can adjust the space accordingly after the at the last of this output. Okay. Now I need to import the logos. So particularly I'm going to search for some logos. First thing I'm going to search for the Flutter because of I'm well known in Flutter. That's why I'm going to search Flutter logo PNG. I'm wrong with this Flutter logo PNG. Okay, in the images section. Just the F alone is needed because of I don't need all other things. Just I need an F alone. Yeah, here I have. Save images. I'm going to save it as a Flutter logo PNG. Okay, good. I have taken the Flutter logo PNG. I have included the Next.js as an image itself over here. So I am not going to include it here in the here once again. So next, I have I need to include for the React.js. So I'm going to React logo PNG. This look good. Save as and it looks like it is a web feed. WebP is basically supported in the environment of Figma, I think so. But we can check that too. Right click, save as, and we can save it as a React logo. Yeah, sorry, it's a WebP, so that I'm not going to mention this web feed. Okay, good. Now we can place these two things so that we can check whether the WebP is accepted or not. Okay, we got this inside our frame, the F logo. So I am going to constrain this evenly. To do so, I'm going to press F and press Shift. I'm going to press Shift and I'm going to drag this out so that we can easily constrain this logo evenly in all the ratios. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, looking perfect. Next, I need to include my React logo, whether it is acceptable. Yes, good. React is also acceptable. WebP is also accepting over here. So I'm going to include our sorry, because I need to a little bit zooming. Space it over here and just a little bit check. Yeah, perfectly fine. React is fits inside of this. Good. Next, I can name this thing into Flutter hyphen logo and React hyphen logo. Good to go. Lastly, I will align all these things inside to the application status. Lastly, I will align this each and every frame inside my application. You can see our web application start to look nice and superb. Now I need to measure. I need to mention other technologies too. What are technologies I know? I need to mention other technologies. Primarily, now I can mention my other technologies like, for example, server side rendering. I know Node.js, so I'm going to mention Node.js logo. But the Node.js logo comes with these JS extensions. Yeah, good. Just I need to right click this, save images, and I already have Node.js logo. So Node.js symbol PNG. Good. Now good. Next, Node.js we have taken, and I need to go for databases thing. So primary database I'm going to include here is a MongoDB. MongoDB. So MongoDB logo is this green leaf symbol. Yeah, good. Just right click this, save images, and I'm going to mention it as MongoDB SVG because of this is an SVG symbol SVG. So symbol SVG. So what are the other technologies I know? I already included over there. MongoDB, Node.js, and I need to also include a Firebase because of I know Firebase and Supabase too. So Firebase logo. So Firebase I have updated their logo. Looking good. Firebase save images. So this is a PNG. Firebase PNG. Logo PNG I need to include. Logo PNG. Good. Next, I need to include Supabase. Supabase logo PNG. Yeah, this looks fantastic for us. So images. Before, let me check that whether the Supabase is present in Supabase logo present. Yeah, with the name, according to the name, it has present. So I'm going to mention Supabase logo, Supabase symbol PNG. Okay, done. Lastly, I can mention some other technologies too, but I am fit with this. So I'm going to upload this JS inside my frame. Just press shift and scale this down. Include over here. Once again, shift and press this and scale this down. This needs to be as equal as like the React JS. Okay. Once again, press shift and align this in the center portion. Okay, good. Now it's looking good. Started to look good. I think we need to decrease this a little bit now. Since we have a different size images, so it is very much difficult for us to resize in every aspect. Just leave it down. Node.js. A little bit. Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Fine. Next, further, I can include my other database things like, for example, MongoDB logo. Where is this MongoDB? Yeah. Oh my God. MongoDB looks like a bigger one, and it also consists of some three vector images. Maybe I can mention this logo. Simply just Node.js-logo. So what I'm going to do, just I'm going to select all these vector. And I'm going to group this. I'm going to mention it as a Mongo hyphen logo. It's a name. So I'm going to include this over here, and I'm going to delete this file. Okay, nice. Now I can change this. Sorry. Now I can change its size. Just simply press Alt and press Shift and change the size. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, think this look nice. Okay, the difference is slightly getting somewhere there. Yeah, good. Now I need to duplicate this one again. Same 32 pixels I'm going to mention here. Because of I need to mention Supabase as well as the Firebase, so that I'm going to mention here. First thing I'm going to mention is the Firebase. Okay, good. I have placed inside this frame. Just place inside this frame. Okay, comes under the frame. Now I'm going to reduce this size. Just press Shift, and I'm going to reduce this size. Place this over here. Yeah, started to look good. Yes, I think it looks fine. Yeah. Lastly, I need to include my Supabase logo. Before I can mention it is a Firebase hyphen logo. Now I need to include it inside my frame. Okay, it comes under my frame. Just simply I can mention Supabase hyphen logo. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to resize this image and place it inside this frame. Let's check whether they are, yeah, looking totally fine. So we have mentioned all those technologies, images. Now what we need to do is that we need to group in each and every image with their respective thing. So for this, I'm going to group, and I'm going to name it as a Flutter. Next is React, and this thing I'm going to group this, and I'm going to mention it as a React JS, and with this Node.js, and with this I'm going to group this, and I'm going to mention Node.js. Good. Next is MongoDB. And select this, group this, and I'm going to mention it as a MongoDB. Next, I'm going to select this Firebase and the respective background image. Control G to group this, and I'm going to mention it as a Firebase. Next, last Superbase and this circle thing. Control G to group this, and I'm going to mention it as a Superbase. So these are the tech stack I know. So I have included this. And last, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the entire this tech stack, and I'm going to group this into one section called I'm going to that is a text hyphen stack. Text stack. So totally I forgot to include this. Just I'm going to drag and drop this and move. Okay. Mm, from here to this Next.js. From here to this Next.js, I need to select and Control G to group this, and I'm going to mention it as a tech stack. Good. So we have included our tech stack, but I think our tech stack needs some space. So tech stack needs some space. So simply I'm going to drop some space. Yeah. Now it looking fine. It's looking good. Super good. So I have included my text stack too, but still there is a little bit laggy in my hero section, which this text stack, which means I need to drop this text stack a little bit. Okay, so I can't give a particular thing, particular height or something. Just simply I can go for some amount of pixels. So here we have a height of 70. Mm, 70. So we got this even number. Okay, just now we can delete this safely. So we have included our text stack. So now the specialty while using this Figma is that your work will be auto saved. You don't need to worry about saving these files and storing these files. This will be automatically stored in your cloud, in their cloud itself. So we don't need to worry about that. The only one thing you can do is that you can just save this, or else you can just name this thing, or else name this project. So since it is the name of his untitled itself, just I'm going to mention it as a Ebu Unix hyphen portfolio. Now our project got a name. Good, Ebu UX portfolio. Okay, good. So we have completed our hero section. Finally, we can go for our finally we can go for our footer section. Good. Okay, Ravi. So if since I have this TV image and TV group, I need to include this group same as in the center of this hero section. So what I'm going to do, just I'm going to select this and move a little bit to the center, which is equal to the text. So that I'm going to move this in the center of this text portion. Okay, now it's looking good. So it is in the center of this text portion evenly. Yeah. Now it's looking fine and good. Now we can move to the last final most section, which is a footer section. Before that, I can copy all these. Sorry, I can select all of these, and I'm going to group this in one section, particular section called hero hyphen hero section. I can lock this hero section so that I cannot check these or else I cannot do anything over here. In a wrongly manner, I can do something so that I have just dropped this. Same we have already in the header section, which we have a header section box of 100 pixels, I think so. Here you can see it is in the 100 of height. The same height I am going to provide for the footer section. So simply I am going to mention a rectangular box of height 100, and the width is going to entirely cover the web design. Now I am going to check the Node.js website whether there is a line. Yes, there is a line too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this box and I'm going to change this box color to the same color that we have included in that we have already given in. Now I'm going to provide the same stroke color to be the white, full white, and I'm going to mention the stroke color to 30 or else 10, sorry 10. And the stroke needs to be provided at the top portion itself, so top itself is enough. Okay, we are done with this footer section. So footer hyphen box. Okay, good. Now, what are the contents comes under the footer section? Simply, the content comes under the footer section is all of the most of the portfolio will have, or else they will have a thing like, for example, they have a like in the copyright sections. So I'm going to include those sections. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to include the copyright section. I don't have any idea about how to include that copyright symbol, that C symbol. I don't have any idea about that. Let me check in the Google itself. I get a reference about how we can use the copyright symbol. Or else if it is feasible to provide an icon, I can provide that icon too. Now we can write ebu ux simply our logo section. So logos thing. I have my portfolio as ebu ux in one of our portfolio, which is developed a number of years ago. So here I have already my portfolio. Looks good. So this is one of my portfolio which is developed in the year of, you can see, 2022. This is currently not in my hand because of I lost the code. Sorry, I have lost the hosting code for this. Unfortunately, while changing my device from one laptop to another laptop, I lost the code. So, but it was developed in the year of 2022. Almost 2 years ago, I have developed this website using HTML and CSS, but still it is in the Firebase hosting system. But I forgot that live interactions to that code, so I cannot change any of these things in code. So what I'm going to include here is that I'm going to include this copyright section. Simply I'm going to mention a copyright, and further I'm going to mention some business related queries to me. So for the business available or freelancing order maybe I'm going to include over here. So this is a section I'm going to include. So simply what I'm going to do, I'm going to include my name and I'm going to mention all rights reserved. Business inquiries, I'm going to provide my email for business inquiries. So simply I'm going to change this to 80 and I'm going to change this to regular. Once again, as I have told you to people, I don't have any idea about how to give that copyright symbol. So I am going to check whether there is a copyright symbol or else copyright ICJ icon. how to. Okay, I can take the icon itself. SVG repo. Can go with the icon itself. So I'm going to check for copyrights. Sorry, copyrights. I have spelling mistake. Copyrights. So I think there is no image in the copyrights. So there is no image. Let's check for rights. Rights. Some other icons came. I don't know what. Mm, don't have anything over here. Copyrights. Copyright symbol. Where it is visible to provide an icon itself, I can provide an icon also. I can search for images. How to write copyrights image. I'm checking for copyrights symbol. Here you can see this copyright symbol they have included. Okay. Mm, I think I don't have any copyright symbol. Simply, I can write the same content from this website itself. Created by some, I have included my name, and all rights reserved, I have included. Something this is useless, I think so. All rights reserved. Okay. For some creativity, I'm going to mention this itself. Created by. I'm going to mention 2024. All rights reserved. Looks like some cringe I have written over there. Okay. Now it looks like something over there. So we have filled, but moreover, we have filled our content. That's what I have planned to. I have filled my content over there, which looks good for our user interface itself. So just I'm going to rename this Muhammad Ibrahim to the color of this lavender. So it looks little bit unique, and remaining will the same. Okay, now what I can provide is that okay, it looking somewhere good. Now the last and final thing is that socials. So that now I can include my socials. The last and final thing I need to include here is that the socials. So for that social too, I need to include some images from the online, so that I am going to search it in the SVG repo. So SVG repo. The first social thing they have included the GitHub, same the GitHub, and other social media platforms they have given. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give my social media platform like GitHub and some other thing like for example Instagram, most probably YouTube, and dribble, and lastly LinkedIn. I need to give priority to the LinkedIn so that I'm going to place my LinkedIn in a colorful manner. So here you can see they have placed it in a colorful manner, so that I'm also going to place it all those things in a colorful manner. So it will attract the users to see. Okay. Now already I have that GitHub logo. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check it for LinkedIn. LinkedIn. Okay, the tons of options pop up. So this is the icon I'm going to provide, but it look like it changes some other designs, the design sites too. But whatever I'm going to include this inside my application, because I'm going to drag and drop this inside my application. Good. Okay, and also it has this frame. Just what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate it from the frame, and I'm going to delete the frame. Now we have this vector. I'm going to name this vector as LinkedIn. LinkedIn. Now I need to reduce the size. The same way as what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the size by using this tool, resizing. Next, I'm going to give the priority for over here in the LinkedIn first foremostly or else second foremostly. It needs to be in the center position. I need to correctly check for the center. Yeah, it is in the center right now. Okay, good. And other socials I need to search it for. But looks like LinkedIn color is a little bit slaggy over there. It doesn't look great, so that we can change the color afterwards. Next, we can go for some other colors too. For example, I can search for Instagram. So we got some options. Yes, we can filter out multicolor so that we can get the multicolor options too over here for the Instagram thing. Multicolor, yeah, this looks totally good. Or does this look good so that I can upload over inside my application? Just drag and drop, simple. It also has frames, a lot of frames. So what I'm going to select this frame and I'm going to group this frame, name it as a Instagram, and I'm going to take this out and I'm going to delete the older frame. Okay, now we can resize to 30, the same 30 itself. Drag and drop over here. Zoom in a little bit and check it out whether it is fit. Yeah, it fit correctly inside our applications thing. Or else we can give it in the white color itself, because of these colors are looking little bit terrible to me. Or else, mm, let me check that. Fine, I think so. Don't need to change the colors. We can be with the color itself. So okay. Next thing I need to include is a YouTube. So I'm going to for the multicolor, or else the YouTube logo itself came. So is there any YouTube logo in a square type manner? It is much easier to include over there, like this in the square shape. Unfortunately, there is no like this, which means can drag and drop this image. But the same likewise that like that. So just drag. Select this. We have these symbols. Select this, group this, and rename to YouTube. Good. And take out of the frame, delete the older frame. Now we are good to go with this. Just lock this and make it 30. Check whether it fits our style. Simply go over there and check it fits our style. 30 to 30 to 32. It looks even and more bit more and more good. Next thing what we need to include here is that dribble. sorry, dribble comes with this triple tag logo. So multicolor, I'm going to select this multicolor, and I'm going to go with this color. Whether this color is good to go, yes, it is good to go. So it has large number of rows percentage over there. So we have a lot of. Just what I'm going to do is that good. Now I am going to rename this as a dribble, and I'm going to take this out of the frame, and I'm going to present it over here and delete this frame. We don't need that. Now lock this aspect ratio and turn it to 30. Zoom a little bit. Check for the spaces. Now looking good and awesome. So we have included the LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Dribble. Were there any other thing we have removed? Or else we have let me check for that in my previous thing. So as most probably we have included all the things. Dribble and all the things. Yes, good. Okay. Now we have some minor things needs to be included in our website. What are those minor things? They are like some adjustment and alignments. So we can enable our layout and check for some adjustments. Because of this entire thing needs to be in this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to group this and I'm going to name it as a social and move a little bit like this. Now it looking good and awesome. As far as it is center of the question too. So the design wise it looks perfect, I think so. We have completed our footer section too. Control G to group. And name it as a footer section. And once again we can check last and all the things whether we have good to go with the development. Yeah, now the design looks good. So we have included some of the thing. So we have this image. So we can log this entire design. Okay, now the entire theme and all the things we have included is looking good. Fine. Now our portfolio with some simple design is ready to go. And I need to develop this inside the Next.js environment. So I need to get a new project in Next.js and I need to start developing this. Okay. So before that, what I need to do is that I need to download or else I need to export some images from here. So what are the images or else what are the things I need to export here is this rounded logos. So I need to include in my I need to export these things so that I can include in my website. I don't need to worry about these icons because of these icons are already in the SVG repo website, so that I don't need to export these icons. These icons can be predefined, or else if in some conditions it needs to be included, I need to include these icons too. But I can include those icons from the ornament itself. But I cannot get these regular sized images. So that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to export these hero section images. So we have this hero text stack things. So each and everything I have here, I'm going to export this thing. So Next.js is already present in my directory, so that I don't need to export it. But I need to export these things. So So what I need to do, so what I need to do is that I just first I am going to create a new Next.js project. After that, I'm going to save these images inside the public directory of the Next.js. Okay, so we can go for the development side. I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code to create a new project in the Next.js. Okay, so I need to create a Next.js project. To do so, so first, you people primarily need to install Node.js because of for the React framework, this Node.js is very much important to go with web development or else mobile app development, whether it is native app development. You can see React.js, React Native, this Next.js, all these three frameworks, all these three things are rely on this Node.js, which means the essential packages to convert to run upon is present in this Next.js, sorry, Node.js. So you need to install this Node.js LDS version so that you can go and create some web applications or else what other applications you are willing. Now I'm going to export this image further ado so that I can have a some reference over here. So to export this image, just simply select this frame, select this frame, and go to this export section. Press this export and export to JPG so that we can get a better quality. Export home page. It will ask for repositories or else directory. So I'm going to click on this desktop and I'm going to save it. Now my image is exported so that I have a glance or else I can grab some images about it. But still, some of the things needs to be included in this website. Either I will make it as an external series in the upcoming videos, like adding some projects, awards, awards and experiences pages in upcoming videos as a live. So you people can have the live session. Let me check whether I have whether all the what the images I have uploaded. Yes, images. Let me check whether this look good. Yes, looking good. There's no much difference over here. It looking good, so we can go to with this website. So I can start with the development. So I have already told you the rules. So this is just a desktop site. It may change in real time design, in real time development. We need to design it according to our screen size. So maybe in some conditions the sizes we have given in the Figma file may change in the development. Okay, you can close this image, close this folder. Go to this. Now what we need to do is that we need to open our terminal and to start creating this entire project. To do so, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a directory in my D drive, or else for further and foremostly I need to I'm going to upload this on VERCEL development and on VERCEL hosting platform. So I'm going to create this project, or else I'm going to init a Git repository for this project. To do so, to initialize this repository, what I'm going to do, I'm going to my GitHub and I'm going to create a new repository. I am following some somewhat difficult method, but there are some command methods to create your or else you need your repository. So just press new. I'm going to name my repository as ux portfolio. So simply I'm going to make this as a private repository. Some conditions if I need to include my environmental variables. So I'm going to make it as a private, or else if you want to make it as a public, you can also give it as a public. Okay, create a repository. So I'm creating a new repository. So to initiate this repository, you can go with the GitHub desktop application by simply copying this um, link and you can give it on the GitHub desktop application so that it can get initialized. Or else you can just follow these commands: git init, git add md, or else whatever maybe you can mention. So for my security, I'm going to just going to copy this and I'm going to initiate with my GitHub desktop application. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on add, clone repository. I'm going to clone this repository via the URL. So I'm going to copy that. I have already copied that URL. I'm going to paste the URL over here. So you need to aware of where you are saving this repository. I'm saving this repository in this local path, git slash github slash ebo hyphen ux. So this is the path I am saving. So I need to aware of this path. So then I'm going to press this clone button. Yes. Now it is getting started to clone this. Yeah. Now our repository is ebo x. Good. Now what we need to do is that we need to check in that directory the GitHub source. It shows in the D drive and in the GitHub it is like ebo hyphen ux. Yes, this is the repository we have created. What I'm going to do, just I'm going to drag and drop this inside my Visual Studio Code. So now I am good to go with this. Yes, I trust the author. Yes. Now to create a new Next.js project, we can simply okay, GitHub this files inside. To create a new project or else to create a new project in the Next.js, we need to read some documentations. For example, how to create a new project in Next.js is simple. We have a command to create a Next.js project in our folder, which is like they have given in their website itself npx create hyphen next hyphen app at latest. So after this latest, you can mention your application name. So since I have created my own directory, I'm not going to provide my name. I'm going to copy this, open a new terminal, just simply paste it over there. Or else you can, if you want to write, if you want to have some writing practice, just simply write npx create hyphen, I think next hyphen, next I think so, yes, next hyphen app, next hyphen app at latest, which will pick up the latest versions. Simply, I'm going to mention a dot and backward slash or else forward slash, whatever the slash which resembles the current directory. Npx create hyphen next hyphen app at latest, and I'm going to mention the current directory over here. I'm going to press enter. It will ask some questions because of the older version of this Next.js 14 have. It will ask some questions. Some conditions it will ask. Some questions too. We need to further. We need to so or else we need to modify these questions according to their projects. Simply it asks me for create an Next.js project. Proceed yes, right? So it has installed some package. Would you like to use TypeScript? Yes. Slint, no. Tailwind CSS, yes. Whether you need a source directory, I don't need a source directory, no. App router, yeah, I think I need an app router. If it doesn't need it, I will delete this entire project so that I can start from the first and from the first itself. Because of I don't know how to answer this question, just simply pressing according to my thing. I think app router is needed. I think so. If doesn't needed, I can just simply delete this and I can recreate my project. Yes, Turbo Pack. What is this Turbo Pack? Would you like to use Turbo Pack for next day? What is this Turbo Pack? I don't have any idea what is Turbo Pack. No. Put alias no. A lot of questions. Yes, good. Now our project is created. Getting created. We can wait for some amount of time, so it takes its time to create something. So my project is created. So here you can see. So all the thing inside my repository, whatever the thing has created newly inside my this directory has fetched by this GitHub desktop application. So what I need to do, I need to push this branch to a main branch so that it will be get connected to that. And I can make real-time changes, and I will import this in website itself. Okay. To go. Taking some time. Okay. So check my YouTube channel. You will get some lot of inspirations, and you will get some videos about. If you want to learn about more about Flutter, I can. Okay. I have already given an live in the a week ago about web scraping by using Node.js and MongoDB. If you people's very much interested, just check out in my YouTube channel. It is present in the live section. You can check out the live about how to scrap some informations from the website and store it on some other databases. Okay. Now our project is created. Wow, looking good. We have zero vulnerabilities and looks good. Why I'm saying this zero vulnerabilities? I have recently tried to create a project in a React Native. I got some amount of critical vulnerabilities in this project in that React Native project. So I'm very much frustrated with the React Native while starting with the initial because of the developer experience in the React Native is looking pretty much hard. Okay, we can CLS this thing, CLS. Next, let me explain these folders one by one. The folders present inside this app is nothing but an app directory. So this app directory consists of the fonts you are going to use, but we are not going to use this font because we are going to import font from the another site itself. We will delete this font directory or some other thing. This fab icon resembles the icon logo when starting off your application. And this global CSS includes some CSS for the globally. Already it comes with the included of tailwind CSS because of I'm going to use tailwind CSS for this. Next we have this layout.tsx, which is the essential and foremost file where the application starts to run. So we have here a children component, and we have a root layer function. So some other functions we have included over here for the variables of these local fonts. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to erase whatever content inside this layout and I'm going to create from the scratch. And next, foremostly, the application runs from this page layout. They have already given some content in this page with the tailwind CSS. What I'm going to do, I'm going to erase this content in this page.tsx and I'm going to start with the thing. So since my application is consists of some several structures, for example, it has header, footer, and a hero section. So header and footer looks like it is fixed in the position itself. It is fixed in the position. So what I'm going to do is that so I'm going to consider this navbar and this is footer section in the layout itself. It will come under the layout itself, which will be a position is fixed, and this hero section is going to placed in the page layout, page file as an component, and also other navigations also needs to be included. So I need to configure this page.tsx file. Next, we have node modules and public directory to place some SVG icons or else any other images. So we will do that too. And we need to we have package log and packages and to mention some packages and application name, version, and whether it is a private or it is publicly available, and scripts to run our applications like npm run there, build script and the start script and the lint script. Next, we have some configurations for poster CSS file, and we have this tailwind config ts file. Wait a minute, guys. I'm facing a little bit technical issues. So I'm get back to the stream. Okay. So we have this JSON structure of package JSON to run this application. Okay, and we have readme configuration files for TypeScript and LLCs. Now what we need to do is that what I'm going to do is that just I'm going to run this project. Before that, we can put this project inside our git initial commit. Initial commit. I think the project needs to be included over there since we have here. We need to publish the branch, so we can publish the branch. Now it will be in the GitHub repository. Later on, we can upload that project inside the VERCEL. Okay. Now we can run this project. To run this project, simply I'm going to do is that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to type in npm run dev. npm run dev. Yes, npm run dev. So automatically our application will start to run our local environment. So just copy this link and paste it on a browser, whatever the favorite browser you are using. Just paste on. Yes. In some conditions, the sizes of Microsoft Edge and Chrome may vary according to the device. Now, when I copy paste this localhost URL in a web browser, it started to compile. Now, I think my application is working fine. Yes. What the development itself, without any changing, I got some error. What kind of error I got? What type of error I got? Don't know what is. Hydration failed because the server under HTML didn't match the client. As a result, this will even 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 I didn't start the application. It's just I started my application. I got this hydration error. One of the critical errors still in the Next.js. Some of the developers facing this hydration error. I think so. Static route. Okay. Okay. So it's a simple project. Okay. Now our project is running on a local server. We can start to make some changes. So what are the changes we can include over here is that first change in the app.css file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all these div structure and I'm going to erase this div structure. Okay. Now I'm going to include with this fragment. Inside this fragment, I'm going to I'm going to type in something, a div tag, divisional tag, and I'm going to say hello. And check for the changes inside my website. Yes, hello is printed. Good. Good. Now we can start our development. Next, what I need to do is that I need to include some fonts, and also my color schemes. I have already given my color scheme inside the Figma tool. So I need to include my color scheme first. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this style and config file. So there is something like a background and a foreground color mentioned already. So what I'm going to do, just I'm going to delete this color parameters background and go foreground colors. I'm going to give my own name. So just I'm going to replace this background foreground color with some color I'm going to mention. So first, what I'm going to mention is that black color. So for this black color, I'm going to name and I'm going to name this as a unique section. Uniquely, I'm going to mention this thing. So how I'm going to uniquely mention, since I'm going to develop my application as an ABU UX in the name, I'm going to mention it as I, and I'm going to name it as I black. Cool. And I'm going to provide my color here. Just I need what I need to do. I need to grab some color code from this here, from here. So I have color code 252525. Just I'm going to copy this color and going to paste it with ash stitch and the color. Good. Next, I need to include other color, like for example, I lavender. I'm going to name this as asterisk, and some other color is going to basic over there, which is nothing but a lavender color code. Copy this color code, and I'm going to mention up to this. Good. Next, I white. Think so. So the I white is nothing but the same this color. Good. I have mentioned my colors inside the color directory. And also for the white, this gray color, for the white of this gray color, I'm going to simply mention this in the coding itself. Coding itself, I'm going to mention. So we have placed our colors. Next, I need to mention my font family. So I'm going to mention my font family over here in this thing. So what I'm going to type here, font family. Sorry, font family colon. I have intelligence for this. That's why I get some errors or so something like automated font family. So I'm going to name my font family as Poppins, like this name, and it comes under like for Poppins or Sans Serif. Poppins and Sans Serif. Just I'm going to include the Poppins itself because of primarily I'm going to use Poppins. So how I can include this Poppins inside my directory is that simply what I need to do, I need to go for some fonts in my website, Google Fonts. I'm going to search it for Google Fonts, and I'm going to browse for Poppins. So here we go. Poppins. I'm going to check it for Poppins. So here we have Poppins. So get the font. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show how to use. I have mentioned some of the things. Get embed code. So we have an embedded code. So in the import section, I'm going to copy this thing. So I have included all the styles, I think so. So what are the things I don't need is that italic styles I don't need. So I'm going to check them off italic styles because of I don't need the italic styles. Okay. Now I have with 100, 200, 300, 400, 600 for the each and every style I have. Just copy this code. Just copy this code. And you need to mention this code in your global.css file. So I have my global.css file over here. At the top of the question, what I need to do, I need to paste this link. Just remove these styles, tags at all. We don't need this style tag at all. Just link this import itself. This import is enough. Good. We can check our application whether it is running better. It is running good. Yeah. Okay, I have included my. Whether you people have this unknown rule and tailwind, just leave it out because we don't need to care about that much. Okay, and I have included my color, I have included my Poppins font family, and I have imported my font family. Last, I can try out this whether it is perfectly working or not. Just I'm going to check. Class name, font, second text, hyphen. I'm going to Excel space font Poppins font. I am going to mention extra bold, some other bold thing. Looks like our font is perfectly working over here. We can check whether it is correctly working. regular. We have this regular. Good. Our font is working perfectly over here. We can check a little bit by typing this EBOX name and check it whether it is working or not. EBOX, and I think it is an extra bold thing. Extra bold. Let me check it whether. Yeah, it is working fine. Now we are good to go with the forms. Okay, we don't need this div element right now because we are going to convert this as a reusable component. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new folder like components. And see this component, I'm going to create a new section called what is this? Hero section dot tsx because of we are using TypeScript to create a new React or a TypeScript function or a component function. I just write and I need to write. So these are native components for an array of functions. What I need to do, RFC, RFCE or RFCP, whatever maybe, RF React functional component with props. I don't need with props, so just RFCE. I think so. Yes, RFCE. So React functional component. I think so. Export default function we have, or else you can give whatever maybe RF React functional component with props. Redux or else RFCE is good function. We have hero function over here. In some names, it can be exported in other manner. It's up to you. Whatever maybe you can export in your own functional components. Whether you can give RAFCE, RAFCP like that too, RAFC or else RAFCE. We have other components too. Like this, you can create. So we have a lot of options like RAFC, RAFCE, RAFCP. What are those components resembles? RAFC React arrow function component and RAFCE with the export component. RAFCP with the props. Just I'm going to with the export component, so I'm going to mention this hero section. Simply press save. Now what I need to do, I need to call this hero function in this page dot layout. So simply what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to call the hero section. At components hero section is included. We are good to go with this. Okay, let me check this whether it's working in our thing. Yes, hero section is resembled, which is perfectly working in our code. Okay, fine. Our hero section is included over here. Next, what I need to do, I need to include some other components. For example, I'm going to create a new file inside the components. What I'm going to type here is header or navbar.tsx because it is a navigational bar section, or else you can name it on your own as a header or else whatever maybe navbar.tsx file. I'm going to write a component here RAFCE React arrow function navbar here. Okay, save this function component. Okay. Now what I need to do is that I'm going to create a new arrow function. I'm going to create a new navbar over here because we have already here a navbar in the top of this section. So I'm going to create this new navbar. To do so, I'm going to provide a header tag, or else I can provide a nav or else any other tag. What are the tag? It's up to you. You people can give any of the tag. So just I have given a header tag. Inside this header tag, I am going to provide a nav tag or else any other tag. Or else you can directly go for what are the thing, or else you can directly give a div tag or else any other tag. Just now I'm hitting with the nav tag. Now inside this nav tag you can build on your own. So first inside this nav tag I need to mention the background colors, the height and all the stuffs for this thing. Okay. First thing that is we need to include. First we can call this header. Simply I can type a header over here, and what I'm going to do is in this layer.tsx or else inside this page.tsx, it's up to you. You can call wherever you want. And this local fonts is doesn't needed, I think so. Just what I'm going to do instead of this metadata, I'm going to delete this extends and other fonts thing. Just simply erase this class. You see this, we don't need this class anymore. Just simply hit save. Whether we got the changes, yes, we have these changes. So I am just thinking about where I can provide this hero navbar, whether I can provide in the layout section or else in the hero section or else in the page.tsx. Okay, I'm going to call it in the page.tsx itself. So what I'm going to do, navbar I'm going to call, sorry, navbar I'm going to call, double and closing tab. I'm going to simply hit save and check whether this navbar is included. Yes, header section is perfectly included over here. Next, what we can do, we can start styling our navbar. Before styling our navbar, we need to change the entire theme of our application, because in here we have some of a black color. But what we need to do is that we need to provide some color to this. So I'm going to layer.tsx, and inside the body I'm going to provide a class name and bg hyphen I'm going to provide a head blank. See, our entire application's colors changed to the layout color. Good. Next. So I also I can mention what are the fonts or what are the things I'm going to mention here. It is because it can be applied universally. Font, it should be Poppins. So I'm saving over here. So whatever text going to present inside this is going to be in the Poppins. Okay, fonts Poppins. Good. Now we can go for the navbar and just erase this header. So inside this header, I'm going to mention a div tag that is going to hold this entire dividend section. In this inside this div tag, I'm going to mention this h1 tag, and I'm going to provide another div tag for this component and another div tag for this component. So I'm going to separate this entire section equally. So this parent div tag is going to hold all the div tag sections, or else you can simply make it as a div component, or else any other external component you can place whatever the component you can mention here. So first what I'm going to do, so for this entire rectangular box I'm going to provide a div section, or else if you want to go with this now, you can go with this now too. It's up to you. Simply you can mention whatever thing. So just now I can mention this now as the entire box. So for this header and this thing, I'm going to mention a div component, and for this theme and the icon I have mentioned in this GitHub, I'm going to provide another div tag. So which means we have double the div tag. Two child div tag needs to be included over there. Div tag. Okay. The first div tag is going to hold the heading one, which is nothing but an Ebo UX name, and the second div inside this div, I'm going to second in the first child of the div tag, I'm going to another provide a div tag to hold the another content, which is an list list tag. So for this list tag, what I can do here, simply I can instead of this providing this entire div tag in a manner, I'm going to make this as a type, and I'm going to make this type as a map structure. Map structure. How I can possibly provide this? So I will show you people how you can provide this in the map structure. So you can provide inside this nav structure. Simply I'm going to mention here nav links just for now. Nav links. Okay, I'm going to save this off. Check whether the yes I have these images. First, what we can do here, we can provide a class name for this. We can provide a class name for this thing. I'm going to mention a width of, sorry, I need to provide a class name, and I'm going to provide a width of full, which is going to take the full width of this entire screen, entire site. So I'm going to leave that background color as a black color itself. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide a border hyphen b, which resembles bottom, and the pixels of 2 pixels. I'm going to mention. Next, I'm going to provide a border color border hyphen. I'm going to mention I white. But since this I white is not going to be entire I white, I'm going to mention it with the border hyphen opacity of 30. Let me check that whether they have came. Yes, here you can see it came. But we need to mention, or else we need to provide some certain height for uh, this box, because of here you can see we have provided this box of 100 pixels. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to provide a pixels of height. I'm going to mention it in the height of a defined height itself. Simply, I'm going to provide the height for this now section. So I'm going to separate the things, height hyphen. So we have provided pixels of 100. So I'm going to nearly touch that 196 pixels. Let me check whether it is looking. Oh my god, it looks like much bigger than I thought. Okay, I thought it was much bigger. So whatever maybe, just I'm going not going to provide a height, but instead of I can provide it in the py, which means padding. I'm going to provide a padding of 6, which resembles 24 pixels. Let me check that how it looks good. So it doesn't imply on none. Since it is have this thing, what I need to do, I need to provide class name flux to come on the same direction. Yes, it came in the same direction. Now I need to provide this in a little bit. I need to decrease it. Yes, now it's looking good. Now link, and also I need to provide some spacing in the boxes. So I'm going to provide padding of like this px. Okay. So we have given a padding or margin in there over there as 50 pixels. So I'm going to nearly going to provide the 50 pixels. So it's 50 pixels. Let me check that. Yes, we have provided 50 pixels of margin. Okay. Now we can style our this name, class name, and text is going to be nearly. I have given a text size of some bigger amount, so I'm going to provide a 2xl. So 2xl. I'm going to check whether it's 2xl. How much size is 36 pixels? Looks like good. Looks like somewhat bigger. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to provide an Excel size in a 20 pixels. Yes, it's looking good. 20 pixels good. Now I need to make it as a bolder font, extra bold, and text hyphen I weight. Okay, let me check this. Yes, we have given exactly what I have done. Okay, good. Okay, now I need to change the color UX to some more color, some other color. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mention this UX in a particular tag called span tag. So I'm going to cut this off and I'm going to mention span tag and I'm going to paste it over there. So here in this, I'm going to mention a class name and I'm going to text hyphen I lavender color. Now it looking a little different. Yes, good. Since this nav link and some other things are not aligned properly, what I need to do, I need to align this inside a manner like flex items center. To vertically align this element, I have given items center. Now, to provide some gap between these two elements, I'm going to provide a gap of, for example, each and everything have a value, so I'm going to provide a 12 pixels of value, gap of 3. So which have fair amount of gap, but it doesn't enough for us. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide a gap like 14. Let me check whether it's looking good. Yes, it's looking good. A fair of like this. It's 18 must be good. I think 1880 doesn't have a value or it's not, it doesn't have a value. A 20 have a value. I have given a 20. And also here you can see the line is thicker than we thought. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce this to 1. If it doesn't work, we can mention it in the pixels too. So I'm going to mention in the pixels of 2 pixels. And I'm going to check whether 2 pixels is good, not good. I'm going to mention in 1 pixels. Yes, now it's fine. 1 pixels is looking fine. But since we have this thing, the bottom color is looking a little bit different. So in the header section, I need to check for this value. I have given a 1 pixels. Yeah, I have a 10 pixels of this. So I need to give a 10 pixels. Sorry, 10 percentage of opacity. Now it looking fine. Good. Next, the main part is that what I need to include here. I'm going to mention this header section in the types. I'm not going to hard code here as the nav link on each and every content. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to mention in the types. I'm going to mention in some other folder as the types. So what are the types going to include? It will be mentioned in the types. Okay. So I'm going to mention here as for example, I'm going to create a new directory called constants. Inside this constants, I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to mention as index.tsx. Okay, good. Inside this, what I'm going to mention all of my routes and as well as the route name for this. So I'm going to make export cons this, and I'm going to mention this a nav links. Now, equal to it is a list of thing. So inside this list, I'm going to mention object. Inside this object, I'm going to mention each and everything. First, I'm going to mention href, which is going to resemble where it needs to be, where the location needs to be. Next, just for reference, I'm not going to key and as well as the label. So I'm going to mention a key. In some conditions, key will be helpful for us. The first thing what we here we have is projects. So I'm going to mention the key as projects. Next, I'm going to mention a label. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to mention here the label. So I have some technical issues is our okay. Let's say the connection sensitive. Okay, anyway, because connections is issue that's why. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mention a label. Like for example, first one is the projects. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it 4 times because we have 4 values so in the awards, award, and experience. So this may change. Maybe I'm going to include here awards, next experience, next lastly about us. Actually, I need to mention this about I cannot give provider here as an about us because of some issues over there. That's why. Of I have a single content, that's why I can't provide here just like this. Now, in the navbar section, what I can do here, I can now start to mention these constants in my this element. Instead of this div tag, I can provide over there. Simply, what I'm going to mention, I'm going to mention a li tag. That li tag is going to place all my content inside this content. So how to place this li tag? Just simply press an li. So we can place an li tag. Inside this li tag, we can mention now UL tag. Before that, I need to mention an object like this object. I need to call my constants from here, like nav links inside this nav bar. So I'm going to mention nav links from the constant. It is automatically imported. Dot. I'm going to map this entire structure. So I'm going to map this map. Inside this map, I'm going to mention a link in some other category. Link, which is going to be into this prop, and I'm going to return something. What I'm going to return here, I'm going to return a tag, which is a link tag. This is a link tag that comes from the Next.js. So I need to import the link here, link from next slash link, I think so. Next slash link. Next slash sorry link. So basically link does not come under the functions. I have wrongly given this link. Okay. Now here in the I can type here a link tag. This link tag carries a component, href component. Href, so I need to provide the href. Since this href comes in a link dot href, I'm going to mention here because it was mapped. That's why. After this, I'm going to mention other tag so that I can include other stuffs inside this thing. So what are those other stuffs I can include? I can include my label here. Simply for this, I need to mention a label itself, just simply like this label. Okay, I have mentioned my label. And for the key, I'm going to mention link dot key. Next, I'm going to provide a class name. This class name consists of, like for example, flex. I'm going to say this content. Yeah, we got this. So we got some hydration error once again. This is from the Next.js. So we got these projects, experience and about us. So we need to change this each and everything in a beautiful manner. Also, I'm going to mention flex and items center. Next, I'm going to mention font regular, which is I think normal. Next, text hyphen MD or else SN and hover. Whenever it is hover, I need to change the color to maybe lavender color. I think so. So whenever it's over, text hyphen I lavender. Let me say this and check whether it is working correctly. Yes, it's working perfectly, but I need to reduce the size a little bit from actual size. So for this, I'm going to provide it as an XS, and instead of this normal, I'm going to mention light. Let's check this out. Yes, now we are getting somewhere. So our experience now is looking good. Okay. Lastly, what we need to do inside this div tag, I need to mention my SVG icons. For this, I need to include my image tag over here. So what I'm going to do, import images from something. For example, I need to mention image from next/image, okay, so that I can mention my SVs over there into this image tags. Okay. So right now on itself, I can export this image because of I don't have any defined sizes from the SVG repo. I cannot provide any SVG colors. So that, for example, I'm going to do, I'm going to export this header content, header associates GitHub icons, export. I'm going to export it an SVG itself for better context. GitHub icon SVG. So where I am going to export, I am directly going to export inside my GitHub, and I'm going to export inside my project itself. Ebook-Nx inside public directory. Likewise, I'm going to export this image too, which is a GitHub icon. I have input and I'm going to export this right icon to SVG. Export item I have XVG. It's a public of this icon itself. So I have included these icons into my good. I can log this. Now for the hero section, we have this text tag and also this hero image, which needs to be exported. Already I have this image. I will copy this image and paste it on my. Before that, I need to export all this text tag in as an image itself. I'm going to mention it as a PNG. Export this. So for this, I am going to mention, or I'm going to separate this into different sectors. How I'm going to separate these different sectors is simply I'm going to create a new directory inside my public. I'm going to create a new folder for icons. I'm going to create icons, and I'm going to create another new folder called for the images. So we have something like, for example, GitHub, and this like I'm going to move this inside this icons. Icon good. Just close that. Don't need it. When see these images, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to export all these images inside this image directory. It's this image, Next.js. Next, I need to export this to export. It is a PNG. Inside this images good. Next is React.js. I'm going to press enter. Next, export this inside this. Now you can see I don't need to rename all these images because of I have already renamed these images in the directory itself. This is why I always recommend you people to name your layers so that you can easily export these things. Firebase, export Firebase. Lastly, we have Superbase. Export Superbase. Superbase. Good. Now we have included our text stack. Okay, good. Last, we need to in the photo section we have some social icons. We need to export those social icons. I'm starting from the LinkedIn. I'm going to export this as an SVG because SVG have some better aspects in this LinkedIn, and I'm going to press Instagram and going to search SVG and see this as SVG, and YouTube export as SVG, export YouTube, export. I'm going to export it as an SVG because since it is an icon, I'm going to export it as an SVG itself. Okay, we have included all the images except this TV image. I will include this TV image later on. Okay, I can save this file and check whether we have some issues. No issues. We can include our images for this public tag. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mention an image tag. This is self-posing tag from here. I'm going to mention SRC. From the SRC source, I'm going to mention dot slash. It is in the icons slash. It named it as an. It is in the name of GitHub hyphen icon hyphen SVG, and also I need to provide a null tag which I am going to provide GitHub underscore icon. Okay, I'm going to save this file. Check whether the thing is included. Yes. So width and image property. Super. We need to provide a width and image property for this image tag. First, I'm going to provide a height of 30 and width of 30. So I'm going to save this and check this. Yes, we have included. I think we need to change it a little bit or else. Okay, we can provide a flux for this now section. Flux and items. Let me save this. Check for the output. Yes, we got this. Items and is included. Now what I need to do? Justify between, so that it can easily separate all these two things in a bunch. And also it looks like some bigger things. What I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce this to 20. Now it looks fine. Now it looks fine. Since this image is going to be placed in a link, I need to place inside this link tag. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply cut this off and I'm going to provide a link. These links come from the Next.js, not from normal link. And I'm going to paste this out, and I'm going to provide an href. Just simply I'm going to mention a tag. Whenever it is loaded, it is going to load my entire website. Looks like good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Next, before this, I need to provide another image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this. The next line, I'm going to paste this off. So instead of this GitHub, I need to light theme, I think so. LIGG light theme. I think light theme icon SVG. Light theme icon SVG. Now I'm going to check this out. Here you can see we got some misconceptions over here. So what I'm going to do, just provide this div tag a little bit of flux and items center, and I'm going to provide a gap of 16 pixels. Let me check this. whether it is good. I have provided the same amount of pixels spacing between these two things. So I need to check. I need to provide some better gap over here. Gap off. Let me check which gap suits for needs. I think 8, which is 32. Once again, I was irritated with the hydration errors. Okay, we got these things. Okay, good. Now next, what we need to do is that we have completed this header section, and we can check this header section whether it is responsive. That too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to inspect this out. Inspect the pixel 7. Here you can see it doesn't fit our need. So what we need to do, we need to make it as responsive one. So so if it reaches the MD or else about MD, what I'm going to do, I'm going to off this entire section, which means I'm going to hide this entire section. I need to hide this entire section in this entire section. So which in turn I'm going to mention here. If MD says MD, none. Whether it is applicable, I don't know whether it is no, it is not. No, it is not applicable. MD is not none. So I'm going to select this off, cut this off, and provide a div tag over here. And inside this div tag, just paste this down and provide this div tag class name. If it is MD, check this out. Okay. Oh, okay. If it is inside this, we got some issues. Just provide a flex. It will be good. Yes, inside the flex, it look like we need to provide some spacings. So items center and gap of the same I have provided here, the gap of 8. I'm going to provide a gap of 8. So I'm going to check this whether it is 8 is provided. But here we have a lot of spacings, so we need to provide the same kind of spacing over here. So I need to check which gap is better. Gap of 10, I can check this gap of 10. No, it's not. So gap of 10 is also not good. We can go for gap of 16, I think so. We check that 16. Yes, gap of 16 is enough. 16 is good. I'm going to provide the same gap of 60 over here too, so that we can have a glance. Or else 8 is enough for this 8. Next, if it is MD, if it is above MD, what I need to do, I need to I can't run this. Simply I can hide this hidden MD hidden. So which eventually make this thing hidden. So it not to get hidden in the MD, it need to get hidden in the SM. SM hidden. So what is the purpose of this? SM I have mentioned here SM hidden. So which means the entire component which is present in the div needs to be hidden. MD. Let me check for some documentations of image cases for this. Hidden and display, I think so. Display properties is come hidden. Inline flex, I don't know what is inline flex. MD inline flex flows hidden. What do you mean by this hidden? Whether it means that I want hidden. It makes it hidden. Visibility, display none. Hidden utility sudden display to none. Compare visibility documentations they have given. Let me check for this visibility documentation. Visibility, visible, invisible. Okay. So in this thing, it needs to be visible. Let me check whether it will work. Or it doesn't work. Let me check once again for the documentations. MD invisible. Okay. Let me think how I can reduce this. If it is greater than this SM, the small devices, it should be MD visible. So oth- other than that, it needs to be hidden. So I have given flex. So here we got yes. So fairly it is hidden. So now instead of this full, so I have this flex over here. Let me do this flex. Let me check whether it is working without any errors. Okay, now we got this thing invisible. If it is above MD, it needs to be get like this. Yeah, now I can provide flex. Let me check the flex component. Yeah, working fine. What happened? I understand what's happened. So what are the components present after this? It will become invisible, which will MD visible. Other than that, it needs to be invisible. What's any other thing we have apart from this invisible? Collapse. What will be collapse? Okay. MD visible, MD invisible. Invisible, and here it needs to be visible. Let me check this out. So now it is visible in this M, and now it becomes vice versa. This is why I hate this. It needs to be visible in the everything. Why can't we? I just make it as hidden. Or just remove this. Apart from this MD, it needs to be visible. If it is not MD, it needs to be hidden. Now it's looking good. MD is visible. Where is this thing? Check for what it like to be. MD means I have given visible, but it has hidden. I can't figure it out anymore. Now we can go first. I think we can leave this right now. We can make this responsible afterwards because we are getting out of time. Okay. Now we go for the hero section. We have this hero section in the hero section component. So I have this div section. I'm going to mention this hero section in two different divs. So I'm going to provide a two child div. So I'm going to mention section tag results. We have a paragraph tag. So paragraph tag. And so just in the wave option, wave icon, just include over it. And here you need to include some content, like for example, building digital products. So I'm going to take this out. Copy this content. So this is what I have given. Just I'm going to check this out. So here we have. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide some class name, text hyphen xs or it's sn font is let text hyphen sorry I wait. Okay, good, but a little bit thinner than I thought. So that for example, I'm going to provide extra light. Now more good. We need to make this in bold. I think so. So we have this building section. We have bold. So we need to mention this as bold. For a class name, text hyphen to Excel. I think I need to provide some bigger font. We have some basic number of styles. We have 6XL. I can provide 6XL. Font is bold. Check that. Yes, we have this building mode. I think it's much bigger. We can give a 4XL of this size. Yes, now we got some that. What I need to do, we need to break this products and brands to the next one. So after this digital, I need to break this. So here I'm going to provide a beer tag. Next, after this brands, I'm going to provide a beer tag. I'm going to save this and check this whether it is working good. Yes, but still we have some issues with this line spacing, height of this text. So I'm going to provide height of 8 pixels. So I think this is representing the height of this text. What I'm going to do, I need to check the line clamp, I think so. Not a line clamp. I need to go for some system. I'm going to check it for text line height. So line height examples, for example, we have leading, which is represent leading, loose. So leading loose, this is what we are trying to say. Leading loose. I'm going to check this out, but it's becoming more loose. I think so. Leading. I'm going to mention relaxed. Yes, now we are getting somewhere, guys. We are getting somewhere. And also, since we need some bigger amount of text, I'm going to mention Excel manner, file Excel itself. I'm going to check it. Yes, looking good. The same margin we need to provide here too. So for this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide a margin in this classroom. I'm going to mention as a margin itself, ms of. So you have already provided a margin or is padding here in the px of 4, sorry, px of 12. So this is what I'm going to provide here, ms of 4. Let me check that. Yes, ms of 4. Next, I need to grab this entire content in the center portion. So for this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to flex item center and justify center. Let me check this whether it is working fine. Yes, working fine. Or instead of justify center, I can provide justify between. So okay, justify between works fine. I'm going to mention define height of screen so that it can get easily into the screen. Also, I'm going to mention height hyphen full. Full is not working, so that I'm going to try it at the fifth. So it's not getting in the center of the portion. So what I can do, height, max height I can provide. Max height, and I can take possible. It is also the main, so that I can provide a screen, maximum height of screen. It is not getting somewhere else. What is we can provide a minimum. Minimum of the screen makes it a scrollable one. So I don't want to make this a scrollable one. So minimum height. I'm just going to mention it as height icon. Screen itself. What I'm going to do, here you can see this entire page is scrolling. Now I'm going to fix this navbar inside this thing. So here what I'm going to provide in the header, I'm going to provide fixed. So which means this entire navbar is going to be fixed. Now it is getting in the center. Good. Now next thing, in this hero section, I need to place a image. This image is already in my desktop itself. So I'm going to take this image from the desktop. So I'm going to go over here, this team image, going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it in my site directory, GitHub, and Evo UX on this public and these images, and I'm going to place this image, team image. Good. Now we can go for this here. Whenever we are going to place an image tag, we need to import this image. Import and enter next image. Here inside this image tag, what I'm going to do, I'm going to place this image tag, self-closing tag, and I'm going to provide a source, which comes from dot slash image slash tv dot png. tv.png, I think so. Yeah, tv.png. And I need to provide an alt tag which remains hero-img, and I need to provide height. I'm going to provide a height. Already I have included over here a height. Looks like something like 500 to 500 to 360, I think so. So I'm going to mention 500 to width of 360. Let me check this whether it came. Image slash next slash is using TV relative image. It must be start with the leading of slash. What is the next slash? Next slash. What is the thing I have included here in the images? tv.png, tv.png. images dot slash images. So I have correctly included this source file, but still I got some error. Why? Let me check that here. Dot slash icon slash. What is the error I am encoding? What is the error I have encountered? Dot slash images slash tv.png. Other images is have self closing. Yes, self closing. Alt. Provide the alt. So what is the wrong I have? What is the source? Dot slash. Okay, what is the error I am encountering? Failed to parse source. Dot slash images slash tv.png on the next. If you are using relative image, it must start with a leading slash. Absolutely wrong. I can't understand what kind of error I'm facing right now. Icon slash, I have mentioned this. Likewise, I have mentioned my dot slash image slash tv.png. tv.png. I'm trying. I think so. tv.png. Just I'm going to mention it as a hero itself. Also, you can reduce this a bit. Also, I need to mention it in the file parse source. Images on next class image relative. So which resembles, I need to directly paint this into something. Also, I need to mention one another plot, I think so. Okay. Okay, now there is a simple error. Just I have put an extra dot that resembles. Okay. Now I need to check whether what is the size of this image. So for this, I need to increase the size of this image to enhance the size. Your image. We have 556. I can mention this as 558 itself. An even number. I'm going to check whether it is working good. Yes, it's looking good, but I need to increase a lot. Increase a little bit a lot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to increase it to 658 and 360. Instead of 360, I'm going to mention it as a 460. Yes, now it's looking much better. It's much better. But here we have one interacting to each other. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it as a bigger screen, or else whatever I can leave it on here. Leave it itself. Temp center. Okay, good. We have this here. Now the next thing, I need to place some images inside this. So I need to position this some image. But what I have planned in here, I have planned to include an entire video needs to be placed into this thing. So I need to place a video here. Okay, I will do it later. Right now I have completed my here section. Lastly, I'm going to create a new file for the footer section. Footer.tsx. So RAFCE for the React component footer. So simply I need to call this footer section after this footer. Double side closing thing, and I'm going to say this out. Now it came. Okay. I think this footer needs to be shown, but why the footer doesn't show? It has occurred. This is the browser console for more details. Okay, why? Yeah, we got this footer. We got this footer. How we have developed uh, the thing called number, the same way we are going to develop this too. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just copy some of the things from this thing, some of the class name from here. Just going to copy this class name, and I'm going to mention here in the footer itself. So in the footer, I'm going to mention. So it needs to be placed in the top. So I'm going to mention T. What happened? So fixed. I'm going to remove this as a fixed. I'm going to check whether it is placed correctly. What happened? Why it is not coming? Iteration errors, construct errors, what are this? The server client type are undefined. Type of window equal to variable such as matter, which means this possible from causing iteration failed because the server rendered HTML didn't match the client. As a result, this history will be regenerated on the client. This can be a client component used. Where I have used my client component, whether pricing an image or link, mention this and use client component or use client component. Okay. Use client I can mention here. So wherever I have used the image, I need to mention this client. And use client. Check this whether still I got these errors. I don't know what kind of HTML errors is causing. External data matching specified. But I think some of my external extension is collapsing this. Okay, we can get back to this footer section. This footer section needs to be done something, or else it needs to be write something. It needs to be written something. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide a div tag. This div tag is for this bottom component created by. First thing I'm going to mention here this h1 tag, and this is for some other data. So what I'm going to do, so directly I'm going to mention a h1 tag, and I'm going to write here created by my name. This needs to come under span tag because it has a different color. And I need to mention like this. And what the content they have provided 24 all right, so for all rights reserved. Just checking whether it is clean. Yes, it has clean. To provide the same height and width of this, I'm going to mention py of 4. Just going to copy this from here. And I'm going to mention here it in this py of. I think it can take some errors too. So we need to be aware of this error. Now I can mention fixed so that I can test whether it is moving. No, when it is becoming fixed, it's not moving. So I need to provide some. I need to mention something like fixed or relatively fixed. Absolute bottom 0. Make this. Yes, done. Super. Now I need to mention px of 12, which means I need to provide a px of 12 inside my content, all over the content. Yes, it's looking good, but some amount of styles need to be changed. Like for example, what is the size I have included? I don't know. You need to check for the size created by this. It looks like 18 pixels, which is exactly like in the navbar section. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide a class name over here, and in this class I'm going to copy the things that comes for the nav links. For example, because of these nav links is also included in the header content. Wait a minute, let me check this 18. That's why what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it up. Same regular, which means mentioned as a normal. So I'm going to mention XS, font light, XS, item center, watermark. I'm going to copy this content. I'm going to copy this content, copy, and I'm going to mention in the footer of this thing and check out whether it is working. Here it is, yes, it is working. And primarily, this name, this span needs to have a different color. So I'm going to provide a different color, which is a lavender color. Lavender color. Let me check this out. Yes, I got this lavender color. This whenever user hover on my name, it needs to hover. Sorry, it needs to hover. So for this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to import link from next link. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mention here the link, and I'm going to paste it over here, and it needs to be done as href slash. I'm going to say this out. So whenever user hosts this, my entire page will be reloaded, and particular on my name. So we have done this. I think this size, there's a size difference in this content. So PY of 4. Why it is a PY of 4, I don't know. Because of size increase, size PY of 4. Instead of PY of 4, I can increase to some other value which fits correctly for this 1624. I think so. PY of 6. I think so. Yes, PY of 6 fits good. Now, last thing we need to include over here, the last thing we are getting into the last thing over here is to create another div for the social things. Social. To make it a better component, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mention inside the div another div, so it can be easily configured without any hesitation. Let me check this whether it is working properly. Yes, it is working properly. Now what I need to do, I need to include some content like my link. For this same, I'm going to the this constants, and I'm going to create a export const social links equal to GitHub icons dot GitHub icons LinkedIn name LinkedIn dot svg. Okay, good. Next same thing, I need to copy this out and paste it 3 times. I have included a GitHub extra over here, and I need to provide a LinkedIn, Instagram, and LinkedIn, Instagram, Instagram, and here I need to mention the YouTube. Same name needs to be included over there. Slash icons. Next and finally, I need to include the dribble. Dribble. The same needs to be copied and pasted over here. It needs to be pasted done. Good. Now I'm going to the footer. I'm entering the data section and I'm going to mention social links dot map. I'm going to mention it as a link, and I'm going to mention my return statement. And say this, I'm going to return image tag because of all of these images are present in the image tag. So I'm going to import image from next.js. So each and every image needs to be placed inside link tag because of each and everything has a route in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place my image tag into this like this. Type in source. Okay, and I need to place alt, I need to place height, and I need to place a width. And this stuff needs to be done with a stuff of, for example, link dot href, and also I need to mention a key. Whether I have provided a key, yes key. I have provided a key. Link dot key, and over here I need to provide link dot icon, and instead of this alt I'm going to provide the same label itself, link dot key itself, key, and I'm going to provide a height of 30 and width of 30. I'm going to set this. So each and everything comes under this. So I have already included this inside this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the height and width of this from 30 to 20 a little bit, and I'm going to provide here a class name of flex items center and gap of 6. Let me check that out. Now I need to place some quality amount of space of 8. Instead of here 6, I need about 8. Good. Next, these two things need to be in a flex manner. So flex items center and justify between. Now we can check our entire final product is here. So here we got entire projects done. So we have included our social platforms. So simply I can include my navigational URLs to here. The application is entirely ready. So I have included these changeable links. And simple thing what I need to do is I need to include some experience, projects, and all other things in upcoming videos. So stay tuned. I will show you, or else I will catch you in the next videos. Actually, I have still I need to include something which is some images. Development. Just I'm going to copy from the footer. This social. We copy this. I'm going to paste it over here. So I don't know this link, so I can mention import /. Okay. Footer section consists of this gap. I'm going to copy this out and I'm going to paste it out in this section itself. Okay, we have included this, but I need some gap between this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide a gap of, for example, Margin top margin, I'm going to provide margins of 12 pixels. Right, so I can increase this to margin pixels of 24 pixels. Let me check this. Yes, right now it's looking good. So instead of this social links, I am going to create some other constant. So just I'm going to copy this constant, paste it out. Instead of social, I'm going to mention tech links, tech links. So all the tech links is going to be included, and I need to copy this out. We have this tech link inside a constant. Just what we need to do, we need to implement this tech link inside our project. So what are the images we have? I'm going to include all the tech link. First thing what I'm going to do is that I'm going to mention the Flutter. So Flutter comes, all these things, all those components come from images. See images. Next, Flutter. Flutter and all those will be PNGs. I'm going to mention as a PNG. Yeah, I know it throws an error. Same error. I don't want to include. Let me check it out. Got some output. So over there, I will increase my count. Next, I'm going to mention React.js. Next, I need to mention Next.js. Next, I need to mention Node.js. Next, I need to mention a lot of stuff over here. MongoDB. I need to copy this out and the two things I have listed for the Firebase. Copy this out, paste it over here, and then we have so copies. Copy this out and paste this out. Let me check whether we have. Yes, we have all those technologies, but what we need to do is simply need to increase this scale factor to 40. Now the tech link look good, or I think 30 is enough. Now we got somewhere. So entirely we have developed that design from the Figma. We have completed this entire design in our Next.js project. So we have included some of these. So we have these links, social links. We have included the bottom. We have included all of the stuff so they're inside our application. So I hope you people have gained some experiences. This. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.